Hi everyone. I just wanted to give a quick demo of what I was talking about in class with knowing how many clicks it takes to adjust your stops. On my 5D Mark II, it's a Canon. The lens that's on there shoots at a 4 aperture at the minimum. So I can turn that up in body. So right now it's at 1/200th, f4, and ISO 200. And as I click my aperture up, the aperture is adjusted here on the back, and the shutter speed is up here on the front. If I want the photo to have the same exposure, so the same amount of total light coming in, but I want to move my aperture up for any number of reasons, I can move it up a full stop from 4 to 5.6 in 3 clicks. That's going to be different for every camera. Many of them are adjustable, but having that feel of knowing when I go 3 clicks up, that's going to be half as much light, and so I'm going to have to slow down my shutter speed to half as much as what it was, and that's going to give me the same exposure. That's important to know. Mine is right now, it's set at 3 clicks to the next stop. So 3 clicks up gets me to a 5.6, 3 more will get me to an 8, 3 more gets me to an 11, and so on. So if I'm shooting along at 4 and 1/200th of a second, and I want to change that look but keep the same amount of light coming to my sensor, I can roll this to the right 3 clicks, get my 5.6, so I know I'm gonna stop smaller on my aperture, and then I can roll this to the left 3 clicks, and I'm gonna stop slower on my shutter speed. And that will give me the same total light getting to my sensor. So the exposure is the same, but the aperture is now smaller and the shutter speed is now slower. Alternatively, I can do that in the other direction as well. So if I was starting at a 5.6 and 1/200th of a second, I can open up my aperture to 4, so it's going to let more light in, and then I can run my shutter speed up. Again, 3 clicks, 1 full stop gets me to 1/400th, and that's going to give me the same exposure as the last image. Additionally, if you're digging around in your settings, many cameras allow you to change how many clicks it takes to get to the next stop. In this one, it happens to be in the custom menus. Oftentimes you have to be in manual to be able to access some of these menus. So make sure your dial on top is at manual. And in this model, and a lot of Canons, you go to exposure, and the first option is exposure level increments. Sounds like a lot. All it is saying how much are those clicks going to change as you change your shutter speed and your aperture. Right now it's at the 3rd stop. That's why it takes 3 clicks to get me to the next stop. If I go to half, go back to my shooting, you'll see that it only takes 2 clicks to get to the next stop. There's an 11, 16. It's all preference. This is one of those things that there's not a right and wrong. It's just whichever you prefer.